No! Hey guys, welcome back to Ken Cinema Sofa. If it's your first time here, I'm your brother Ken, a missionary of 16 years in Japan. But this channel is all about exploring my other passion, awesome cinema and TV. And how awesome was that? The last episode of Shogun. Wow. What can I say? This series continues to meander in a very logical way that only makes sense once the shock happens and once you kind of calm down from what you've seen, right? You don't expect it, but the author has peppered the story with these elements and these hints and motifs that they just all make sense when this shocking event happens. Nagakado's death. Right? That shook me, man. I'm looking forward to this episode, but a part of me is a little scared. I'm a little worried. Once again, you know, the author is showing more and more that I cannot trust to know where I think that this is gonna go. I don't like what happened, but this is the palette. This is the canvas that this artist, the filmmaker, is making for me, and I accept it because this is his story, right? I mean, how many people wanted to see Luke Skywalker's hand get cut off in Empire Strikes Back? Now it's legendary to us, but back in theaters in the 80s, I doubt it. I doubt anybody wanted that, right? But look, when you sign on to enjoy a piece of art or work of fiction that someone is crafting, yeah, you have free reign to be a critic if you want. But you have to understand that you're on their roller coaster, or jet coaster, as they say in Japan. This is the way that story is supposed to go. You know, it may not make total sense to you. There are things that happen in real life that don't make total sense. It's funny because after I watched that last episode, I went to, you know, in my building, there's the Italian cafe. And I went there and talked to the master, Tomizawa-san, and he's watched it all ahead of me, even though I started before him. But because I'm doing these YouTube reactions, I'm going really slow. I walked in for some pasta and he was like, "Did you see it?" I was like, "Yeah." Man, and he said, "That happened though to Tokugawa's son." I was like, "Really?" Okay, this is Shogun episode 8, The Abyss of Life. Get your movie snack, drink, and let's get into it. Umeboshi flavored potato chips. Umeboshi, that's the pickled plum, if you don't know, really popular in Japan, good with rice. We'll see how that goes. I never tried it as a potato chip. I really don't know what to expect. Guys, I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit worried. We haven't seen any of these guys in a while. Ah! That might be his remains there. Man. Whoa. This guy, man, tactless. What kind of book is he making?
Saiki-sama's army will camp at Edo's boundary where they will wait for Toranaga-sama to mourn his son.
How long?
The customary 49 days.
And after that?
They will deliver us to Osaka.
Osaka.
殿、お悔やみ申し上げまする。
Are you really? I mean, I believe he is, but I wonder, you know, how he feels.
For the completion of your service, Fuji-sama will manage the land until your return. I cannot say how my lord's successors may deal with you.
Fine strategy, yes. At least Nagakado-sama died fighting.
Your men are here in the city.
I've been wondering about them. Wait a minute, this isn't Osaka. This is Edo, I think. This is Tokyo?
And my translator, what becomes of her? Don't go to Osaka.
My allegiance forbids me from doing anything else.
Wow. They are really setting up a underdog story here. Great storytelling. It's like, where can they go? How can they bounce back from this? I wish I did not know any of the history, so this would be totally shocking to me. What happens? Chapter 8, The Abyss of Life.
は見事功を奏しましたな。偉大な箕輪らがひなびた漁村で終焉を迎えると。
Okay, so since some of you in the comments have been digging at me about this, I didn't talk about the meaning of her name. So, Lady Ochiba no Kata. No Kata or Okata were name endings that were used for noble women in ancient Japan. It was seen as disrespectful to call them directly by name. Similarly, if I was to walk up to Bill Clinton's wife and just call her Hillary or Hill, no. Right? It would be Miss or Madam or Lady Hillary Clinton or something like that, right? In many cases, you would have an entirely new name, right? So the name that I believe in the show, it says that this character, her name was Rudy when she knew Lady Mariko when they were children. And so when she married the daimyo, she changed from Ruri to Lady Ochiba no Kata. No Kata was common for noble women, and Okata was slightly less formal. There may have been used for women that were not at the same level as a princess or aristocracy. She still has this mourning period, yeah.
虎長が地面に頭をこすりつけて降伏するまで、あの者の脅威から解き放たれはいたしません。
Man, calm down.
殿下に代わり聖門になっておった頃、拙者はよう押原のに目を奪われていました。その比類なき強さ、麗しさ、勇ましさ。
多様に見えたとしたらそれは太閤殿下の七光に過ぎません。
彼らはあの苦境を耐え抜いただけではなく、そこに確固たる地位を築いたのでございまする。縁組により我らがより強く結びつくというのは
Of course.
いかがでございますか?
I don't know. It seems like this woman is highly traumatized from things she went through before in a marriage she didn't want. So I don't think so, fella. Man, I can't believe he died that way.
長々と終わりのない夢物語をどれほど聞かされたことか。ある日、中戸様は木から落ちて腕を折ってしまわれた。それを幾日も誰にもお話にならなんだ。忙しいと思われた一心でな。誠勇者でござった。
He was.
と同時に
I give him that.
向こう水でもあったような大雪の果てこたびの恥
What
と
an embarrassment.
はばかりながら長門様が今宵ここに我らと共におられることが信じられません。我らの敬愛の念を聞かれたならばさぞかし楽しまれたことにござりましょう。
Okay, okay. For a moment, I'm forgetting that you did what you did to Blackthorn. You're a real one for your brother there.
友が幸福を選ばれ、あの蛇のような石堂の前で切腹することを選ばれたがゆえに、それは長門様には耐え難きことでございました。あの方が向こう水であったにせよ、ご自分の命をたった一つのものにかけておられたご主君に、虎長様に。
Where is Toranaga? He was right about that. The boy was reckless, but his heart was real in the right place.
ご子息の葬儀にお出ましにならぬとは。
Whoa.
虎長様は旅がたたってひどくおかげの悪うされたと聞いた。
江戸武将が公儀の印に身にまとったあの鎧をご覧くだされ。鉄砲と砲術を携えて大阪に向かうのではないのでは。
藪重殿は単身にて大阪へ向かわれよ。石戸が幸福の証としてそちから鉄砲と砲術を大阪へ返すように求めてきよった。
I don't know. I mean, that makes him look good to Ishido. Definitely Buddhism. Funerary chants. Truly cared about him. It's good to see that it's good to see genuine affection and loyalty for someone in this world of faces and masks, right?
新しい豆娘様はまだ身においでにならないのでございますか。江戸に戻られてからひどくお加減が悪いと聞いております。虎長様が石堂様に降伏されても我が一族だけは助けると。千葉の方様らしいことだとマリコ様もお思いになりましょう。私たちはそれぞれに辛抱の仕方が違っております。
Yeah, that makes me wonder staying hidden is hers. Yeah, exactly. That makes me wonder how she's going to treat her since they were friends.
太郎様、江戸への無事のお戻り、何よりでございます。
やはり我が家は良き者にございまするが、大阪から苦労続きであるゆえ、女房殿に茶を立てたいのじゃが、いかがかな。
お受けいたします。
I know that something like preparing tea for someone in Japan is kind of intimate, right? You know? It can be, especially in these old times. He's like,
Kind attempt at translation, father. Alas, you are wrong. Sumi hoshii, sumi no hou ga atatakai.
I must say I am impressed. You have made your own way out here.
Thank you, father. Goyoi wa pasu ni shite kudasai.
I have urgent business with Toranaga-sama. Strange that you are living out here. Typically, a Hatamoto is given residence within the confines of his lord's castle.
Come on, guys.
Now he has cut you loose.
Well, to start, I will reunite with my crew, get back aboard my vessel, and then pay a visit to that black ship I have heard so much about.
Do you wear those clothes when you see your men?
Oh. I have a feeling if these guys could just get over their differences, they'd be actually good friends.
Maria. I'm so glad to see you.
I only wish it were a happier time.
石堂様が大老省を掌握されたことはお聞き及びでございましょう。黒船で私たちと結んだ取り決めでございますが、当教会は万策を尽くしましたが、檜山様と大野様を虎長様のお味方につけることが叶いませんでした。
患者がすでに知らせてきたことを遠路はるばる知らせに参ったと申すか。マリコ殿、これよりこのバテレンの通詞を務めよ。キリシタン教会は我が味方にあらず火の元の言葉を信用がならん。
虎長様、恐れながら。
Oh no.
通詞様は教会の命で参ったのではないと申しておりまする。
I know these are dire times, and many in Edo have lost hope.
火の元でのこたびの
But not me.
立場の方は殿と敵対する筋合いはないものの、石堂様を操っておると申しておりまする。
落ち葉の方のわしに対する恨みは変えられんぞ。
落ち葉の方と盟約を結べるだろうと申しておりまする。
こたびこの通詞が申すことを一理あるかと。
何故じゃ。
我らの敵は大坂ではございません、石堂にございまする。
But can you make a connection with her? She hates you.
万に一つ落ち葉の方がわしと盟約を結ぶことがあると思うか。
落ち葉の方の敵は殿であるとは思いませぬ。この方の敵は恐れる心だと思いまする。
なんじゃ。もう
お顔に敗北の色が浮かんでおりまするぞ、殿らしくもない。
あまたの犠牲と引き換えの勝利よりも。
では見捨てるおつもりか。決して殿を見捨てる者たちを。
たまらんか。お主の助言が欲しければこちらから聞いておるわ。わしの意に逆ろうておるという噂は聞いておる。長門の葬儀に鎧を着て参ったそうじゃな。我が息子は死んだ。
Well, I don't know if this is how Ieyasu really was, Tokugawa, but this Toranaga is a man that pursues peace. This is an honorable character here.
我が宿命を火炎とするバテレンの働き、大義であったと伝えよ。江戸に新しいキリシタン教会を作ることを許す。一つだけ頼みがある。大阪に戻り、ここで見聞きしたことを伝えてもらいたい。
Man, you know what? He may not have acted the way that others expected him to show affection towards his son, but his current state shows that it affected him deeply. I mean, of course.
戦うおつもりじゃ。でなければわざわざ大阪にことづけなど頼まん。
But at the same time, I do remember this guy, he's a wily one. So the death of his son could have been what really set him off to, okay, take his time, plot what he's going to do. I've always loved these little doors like this in Japan. You still see them when you go in older parts of Tokyo, like Edogawa.
鼻のあたりを立ち別れ。
遠くかすめる風の行く先。
It's interesting because Sadō, as this is called, tea ceremony, the taste of the tea is not as important as the movements and the preparation. There's a lot said in these simple movements, almost like what they have to say to each other, possibly. I say possibly because I don't know if they're going to say anything we can perceive, but for her, this should be special to see her husband doing this for her. Kind of an act of service, a samurai doing this for his wife. Matcha. The thick green tea. Yeah, turning it. They still had years and years of marriage and a child from that. So you don't know what's happened underneath. It was only for you.
父上が何と言おうと我らが大坂で死ぬことになろう。
今の茶がひとしお味わい深かったのはそのせいでござりましょう。
夫婦になったばかりの頃を思い出す。わしらは幸せであったな。そなたはまだ安心に惑わされておるのか。うい。共に死のうではないか。殿の幸福とそなたの敵への抗議を込めて共に死を迎えようではないか。
This might be a case of too little, too late, man.
この後に及んでもお分かりにならないのですね。お前様が私に許さなかったのは死ではござりませぬ。お前様には手の届かぬ生き方にござりまする。私はお前様とかように死するくらいなら1000年生かされた方がましでござりまする。
Oh, man. That's sad, man. Man, I could not imagine being in those days of arranged marriages. To have a whole life, even have a child, and this person just did not love you, man. Man. The term omiai is the traditional arranged marriages in Japan from ancient times, and look, even up until now. There's even some dating app I think called Omiai. Actually, Omiai still does happen. I remember I had a English student, a senior citizen, and she said that her parents arranged her marriage with a guy. And he didn't want to be with her. She said that when they were in the movie theater and she reached out to touch his hand and he snatched away in the darkness. Rough night.
お仲間船宿に住み着き何ヶ月もの間この界隈の酒を飲み尽くしております。
Is this where they keep the foreigners? This is like in the ghetto.
Looks like Billy was getting
Come back. Come back. Pilot.
Oh.
John Blackthorn.
He's like, I don't want to deal with these dudes anymore. That's not me anymore.
Giving you up for dead.
How many of us left?
6. Barely hanging on.
Yeah. Look how nicely dressed you are.
Good crew we could train. I've been training some of them on the cannon
To do what?
to help us. Oh,
Since you're here, pilot, tell me something. Were there really Spanish ships to the south, to the north of us? We spent these months wasting away because our pilot had ambitions of his own.
we had orders.
Orders ended when the Captain General sent a shot at the back of his head. I said, take them off! You son of a bitch!
Man. Hey, calm down.
参りましょう。
Okay, cutting cultural ties.
恩人殿は何を望んでおられるのじゃ。
I once offered to sail for Toranaga-sama against his enemies. Now he is determined to die. Shogun. I now wish to forge allegiances benefiting this country economically.
You wish to sail on Yabushige-sama's behalf?
I don't wish it. He is a shitface, but he is a brave shitface, and that is the truth, so I must ask.
虎長様が間もなくお亡くなりになると信じておられるゆえ藪重様のために船を操りたいと申しておられます。
恥ずべきことにございまするな。
虎長様が諦めたと言われるが、それは安人殿の思い違いじゃ。
とみゆえば。
Let me explain again.
There is no explaining treachery.
I'm free of any obligations to him. He has made that very clear. If he were in my position, he would do the same. This weapon not mine. Perhaps there existed a moment in which I had fooled myself into believing that I could one day belong to this place, but that moment is leagues behind me. Having said that, Nakama mo wakaranai.
Yeah, he's kind of floating in between two worlds now.
On that cliff, many months ago.
武士様が崖で死の淵にお立ちになっており、己の娘を操ることの値打ちを知る方だとお見受けしたと申しておられます。
Uh-oh. This guy, oh no. I wonder if Yabushige can see through this.
貴殿は異国生まれゆえ、こたびの過ちは多めに見ると伝えてもらいたい。拙者は決して虎長様を裏切らぬ。
See, once loyalty begins, it does not have an end. Otherwise, it would not be loyalty.
But loyal turns senseless very quickly when the order is suicide.
Would you like me to translate that? Or was it for me?
Yeah, once again, I have to say, this is a quite different look for this type of character who would have been seen as the kind of the white savior type guy, you know, or pillar of morality. Is she like crying?
お母様に尽くすことが私は何より誇らしいことでございますもの。
You noticed before she called her Okasan. Okasan, but they translated it as mistress. But Okasan in Japanese means mother. We talked about this before. There's a difference between geisha and oidan. Oidan were courtesans. These are courtesans, okay? But they both have a similar structure in learning from a mistress, a madam, and they would call her Okasan, mother, mom.
周囲がかえって不忠となる。そういう時もあると思わぬか。あだにさえなる時が。
Or even a harm.
思いませぬ。
Wrong answer.
わからんようになった。
見ようとしても見えぬのならば、さらに目を凝らすほかないと存じまする。
虎長様はご寛大なことにこの一角をおのおの方にお渡りになられました。あちらの方々はどなたですか？隣人になる者たち。
Your neighbors.
あの者らは遊女と聞いております。
The church is right here. Prostitutes over there. Depending on your outlook and your theological, ideology, that could be a good or bad thing. I am a missionary, evangelist at heart, so that's a good thing, right? People to speak the gospel of grace too.
おはようございます、大王院様。
Oh.
誰か医者を。
今朝方に発作が起こったと思われます。
Did she already pass away? Oh, no. Okay, she's at the end, towards the end. What a strange relationship. These women in the past had wives, concubines, all of that around one man. Promised to release the hostages. Whew. Is this poison? Why am I expecting everything to be treacherous? Because
我らが息子に浄土では私を探すように伝えておくれ。私が作ってしまったの。
it's heartbreaking because you see moments of who she was before come out here and there, before the treachery, before what happened to her father that embittered her, Man, not much has changed. It's still always in construction. I just saw the top of that castle. It's like Shinjuku here.
明日、藪重殿が大阪に向けて出立される。我が鉄砲を石堂殿に届けるほか、わしと共に降伏する者の名をお渡しすることになっておる。
I know they're waiting for the last moment for something to pop off. That must be hard to do, signing your own death.
殿、 我らは罠に違いなきものを飲むことはできません。
罠などではないわ。
お許しくだされと。我らは敗北に向かう道を進まれる殿に従うことはできませぬ。
殿が江戸を動かずにおれば、指導は江戸を攻めざるを得なくなり、
そのまま江戸を滅ぼすであろ
やらせてみればよろしゅうござる。
どちらが大事や。我が一族の存続か、それとも日の本の存続か。
Uh-oh.
殿、そのお気持ちを変えぬとあらば、拙者今ここで腹を切ります。
Oh, man.
大阪に降伏なされれば、それは代々のご先祖への裏切りになりますぞ。
黙れるか。わしと虎長様との間のことじゃ。殿はわしにとって唯一無二の友じゃ。拙者は殿が小便たれの小僧の頃からおそばにお仕えしてまいりました。
ならば大阪にてわしの隣で腹を切れ。
This is deep. I have no idea what's gonna happen.
道半ばで放り出されるおつもりか。
わしはすでに決断を下しておる。こたびはお主が決断をする番じゃ。
This is hard. This is hurtful.
力はまことに
So you do believe in pointless death. And that's his dad, right?
こやつはわしに逆らうと決断したのじゃ。わしは譲らん。
This is unnecessary, guys. No. Come on.
今生のお別れにございます。ブントロン、わしの刀を持て。お前が解釈せよ。拙者も後を追いまする。なら生きるのじゃ。たとえ殿が御自ら命をお捨てになったように見え。
Man, this is heavy. This is heavy man stuff right here, man. I feel new hair is growing on my chest. Seriously.
解釈せよ。
It doesn't have to go like this.
虎長様、狂っておる。
No!
ごめん。
I don't even feel like eating this M&M. In my mind, I was saying no to the last moment. But I knew with the kind of show, the kind of story that they were telling here, that there was no going back. And if it did happen in any way like that, you don't get that far, you don't get that close to seppuku and not go through with it. I don't think I've ever seen any movie or story portray that. So I knew, even while I was screaming on the inside, don't do it. It was going to happen. That was one of my favorite characters in this show. And I said, yeah, like he said, another senseless death. But I'm wondering, like, okay, let's go. Do you disagree with what happened today?
今日は誰もが大きな痛手を負いました。異を唱えて傷を深めようとは思いません。
この橋上の音聞こえなり。
春になお、もろきは涙。袖のつゆ。
Are these haiku or taika? Short Japanese poems. I think it's 5, 7, 5, 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables for the ending.
ジンはもう藪重を訪ねたか。
はい。藪重様はお断りになりましたが。
今日のことで藪重は心変わりするであろう。広松がそのように仕向けてくれた。人と藪重は大高じゃ。翼短く動きが見やすい。
広松様は
我が 古き友は己の務めをよう分かっておった。我らの幸福を大阪に信じ込ませる。
Oh my God, man! Ah, I knew it.
そなたは己の務めを果たす覚悟ができておるか。
Man, this guy, chess once again. Wow, all of that was planned. I knew it. Now I'm wondering how far in advance did he know that he would have to commit seppuku, you know? Look at this guy, hungry. Reminds me of Count Orlok in that scene.
叔父上が安心と手を組まれたことが田中様の耳に入れば。
じゃあ狂った老人のためにするつもりはない。
しかし安心は危のございます。
Man, so this is all a setup. Wow.
安心殿が先日申されたことじゃが、拙者にとっては大きな値打ちがあることじゃ。英雄じゃ。そなたとわしは盟友。盟友。
私も共に大阪へ参れとの虎長様の命にござります。
This is dense stuff. That had me wonder if even his sickness was real. I didn't know what to believe, you know? So that makes sense now when he was talking earlier about the weight, the price of victory, what needs to happen was heavy. I didn't catch that. Thank you, my son. You earned me some time. Yeah, he did actually. Time of mourning. That's what I thought. That makes sense. And everybody had been saying that this is not in line with your character, and I felt the same way. And now it makes total sense. Wow. Man. Some of you in the comments said that I would be angry. I am about what happened. It makes it slightly more bearable to find out that Toranaga had all of that planned, which I had a little inkling that he did, but it just seemed too far-fetched. But still, that was my boy. You remember in a previous episode, I talked about his grandfatherliness, you know? So I wonder if he knew even back then when he was talking to Fuji after he brought the remains of her baby and her husband, and he was talking about why not live? Why don't you live? I'm thinking he may have known even back then. Was this all part of Crimson Sky? Now that has me wondering how much of this was all part of Crimson Sky. I don't know. Well, guys, all I can say is, look, I'm devastated and I can't stop watching. We got 2 more episodes. Join me on this roller coaster of a ride. Wow, that hit me, man. I felt myself tearing up. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. I don't have anything else to say. I'm still processing this. I'm gonna process it tonight as I sleep. And look, if you liked my reaction, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you can give it a thumbs down. But keep coming back, baby, because I'm getting better and better. And the shows that we dig into are getting better and better. So look, leave your comments down below. If you have any other cultural or historical points and tidbits about this story and this era that is taking place in, let me know, let us know, because we're a community. And yeah, God bless you wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you in the next one on the sofa.